Everyone, my name is Prajakta Dhake and I am from Department of Zoology, KTHM College, Nashik. Today I'll be taking a lecture for SYBSc Semester 1. Subject is Animal Diversity 3, Paper 1. Chapter that we are going to deal with today is Introduction to Subphylum Vertebrata. This is the second lecture of this particular chapter, and today's topic is going to be classification of vertebrates. Now, we have all seen what are vertebrates. In the previous video, I have also explained the important characters or characteristic features of subphylum Vertebrata. We also know that it is the only subphylum that you will find under Craniata. Okay, so let's begin with its classification. Now, as I have already discussed in the previous lectures, so subphylum Vertebrata. Now, vertebratus is backbone. This also we have seen. Vertebrata is being divided into two divisions. Okay, the first division is referred to as Agnatha, and the second division is referred to as Gnathostomata. Agnatha is being divided further into two classes. First is Ostracodermy and second is Cyclostomata. Now, when we talk about Gnathostomata, it is further divided into two superclasses. First is Pisces and second is Tetrapoda. Pisces further divided into classes as Placodermy, Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes. Tetrapoda will be divided into four classes which we all are familiar with. It is Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves and Mammals. Now let's now begin with the first division of vertebrate. The animals that typically belong to subphylum Vertebrata have backbone composed of vertebrae. Their body will be divisible into head, neck, trunk and tail. It is the largest chordate subphylum, including near about 46,500 species. So, we'll see this particular class. The first division of it is Agnatha. What does this word Agnatha means? Let's break it. A is not. Gnathos refers to jaw, and this word Agnatha refers to absence of the jaws. Now, how do these animals look? They are fish-like primitive vertebrates. Okay, as the name suggests, they lack the jaws. So the jaws are going to be absent in these organisms. Their body is generally elongated and often it is slightly rounded. Okay, elongated and rounded. They also lack the limbs. So paired limbs will be absent in these particular organisms. Further characters of Agnatha includes they have internal ear with two semicircular canals is present. Notochord is persistent in the adults. Okay, notochord is persistent in the adults and internal ear with two semicircular canals. Also, a single median nostril is present in these organisms. When we start studying these particular organisms, you will get to know what I am trying to say. So, the median nostril present. Now, only median, dorsal, ventral and caudal fins are present while paired fins are absent. So, in these particular organism, what you are going to see is that the paired fins will be absent. Single fins, which is median dorsal, ventral and caudal fin will be present. Median, ventral. Okay, median dorsal and median ventral. Then you have caudal. The examples are mentioned over here. You can read the examples. We'll choose two examples out of these four and we'll learn in detail about these two organisms. The first one is Petromyzon. Okay. Now Petromyzon belongs to this particular division, Ergonatha. You can see it in the diagram, all the structural features are there. Petromyzon are well-known cyclostomes distributed worldwide, commonly known as lamprey or lemur eel. Mark the words lamprey or lemur eel. It is found in salt as well as fresh water. Life cycle of Petromyzon includes two phases. One is ammoseate, the larval phase, and the fish-like adult form. So there are two phases. Larval phase is called as ammoseate and the adult will appear like that of the fish. The ammoseate, which is the larval phase, is sedentary and filter feeding organism found in the fresh water. Adult are parasites on fishes, turtles and many other organisms, and they live in the seawater. It clings to the host by its strong suctorial mouth and remove bits of tissues with its rasping tongue. Adults have elongated, eel-like, smooth, slimy body which is divided into head, trunk and tail. Now tail is laterally compressed whereas head and trunk are cylindrical. Body is molted greenish brown in color. Upper surface of the body is darker whereas the lower surface is lighter. Paired appendages are absent in these organisms. You can see in this particular diagram, you will not see any kind of paired appendages. Okay, you have dorsal fins, caudal fins will be seen over here. Clear? So, two unequal median dorsal fins. Median, why median? Because they are exactly situated in the middle of the body. Median dorsal fins, first and second, are located near the posterior end. Tail is surrounded by the caudal fin. Upper lobes of caudal fin is continuous with the second dorsal fin. The fins are supported by thin cartilaginous rod called as the fin rays. In autumn, the adults usually move to the rivers for spawning, after which they die. They do not feed in the river and instead of this by acquiring food from the river, what they will do is they will utilize the accumulated subcutaneous fat for their nourishment. Clear? And breeding is going to take place during the spring season. This was about the Petromyzon marinus. Now we'll move on to the next organism of Ergonatha, which is called as Myxine glutinosa. Now pay attention to the diagram while you are listening to this. Myxine is exclusively marine cyclostome belonging to order Myxiniformes. They are found on the coast of Europe, America, Africa and Japan. It is a colonial organism. The body is going to be soft, eel-like or worm-like. and it will be differentiated into head, trunk and tail. Scales are lacking in these organisms, so the scales are going to be absent in these organisms. Mouth is suctorial with soft lips like that of the old lady or hag. Hence, they are called as hagfish because of their lips, soft lips, like old lady or hag, they are referred to as hagfish. Eyes are degenerate, covered by thick skin. Six tentacles supported by cartilage are present that compensate for the lack of eyes or absence of eyes. So, the tentacles are sensory in nature and they are going to compensate for the absence of eyes. Tongue is protrusible with two rows of multi-toothed horny plates, thus acting like a rasping organ. Enormous amount of slime is secreted by the large mucous glands. Thus, it is also called as slime eel. A feebly developed midventral fin and a caudal fin are present. Myxine usually attacks injured or dead fishes and it burrows into their bodies and feeds on the flesh. Larval stages are absent. Eggs of Myxine directly hatch into the miniature adders and later on grow to the adult forms. So, we have learned about these two organisms. We have learned about the Agnatha, and this is all from my side about the division Agnatha, where we have discussed the characteristic features of Agnatha and two examples of Agnatha, which is Petromyzon and Myxine. Thank you so much.